Hello, my name is Carrie. Welcome to Stitching on the 40, my channel all about my cross-stitching journey. Welcome to FlossTube number 10. Yay! So this will be my January WIP update. I'm not sure when I'll be able to record again as I'll be moving. But I wanted to pop in real quick and share with you what I've been working on. So it's very exciting. I think it was 6 projects that I worked on during this time. So I've worked on 6 projects the last 3 weeks. And then, so I'm going to give you the WIP update and then talk about giveaway. Did you hear that? Giveaway. Very blessed to have gone over 500 subscribers, and so I will start the, all of that at the end and talk about that, and yeah, and then future plans. So it's exciting. Okay, 6 WIPs I worked on the last 3 weeks. Let's go over those. Kind of gotta. Oh, and I reorganized, so now you can see all of my boxes of floss. On the other side, I have all of my boxes of floss that is in floss-away bags because I got an estate sale purchase one time and it was all in floss-away bags, and it's all floss from like the 80s. So any older patterns that I have, I will pull from that floss slot. And then I have like my big ort jar, and then just stuff to hold my fabric, wrangle fabric. And then I've got a bunch of cones of floss as well. So I have reorganized to make it look nicer, and wouldn't you know, just in time for moving. So, okay, let's get back to the WIPs. First project I worked on is Belladonna's Gift. So, see if I can get that in there. This is artwork by Jasmine Becket-Griffith, charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. She's so cute. One of my favorite projects. I'm stitching this on a 28 count white Monaco. It's got 90 colors. I started it December 25th of 2021, and I don't have other stats like percentages, so let me go grab that real quick. Okay, so on all my full coverage projects, I have statistics on them because they're in Pattern Keeper. All of my other projects are just, I've digitally scanned in the pattern and then put it on my Goodreader PDF editor program on my iPad. So Belladonna's Gift, I have done 5,433 stitches out of 120,400. So I am 4.51% done with this project. So now I need to wrangle it out of the pillowcase because... which one is Belladonna? I think it's this big one. I've got 4 on scroll frames and pillowcases just because my cats, yeah, they get into everything, and it's string. So, cats love string. All right. So I'll put up a before picture of Belladonna's Gift of what it looked like on January. I think it was January 1st when I recorded my last video. I didn't get a whole lot of progress, but I did get some more done in the top area right up here. I really love the colors in this. It looks amazing, and I am so excited to make more progress and get more of the blue side done over here to get kind of an even, even work on both sides, back and forth, so that it's not too much of one color or another for the background. But I love the background. It's absolutely beautiful. So yay, there's Belladonna's Gift. I have to put it back in the pillowcase. And still working on getting the microphone to play nicely with my GoPro. So that's something I will work on once I move. And yeah, I'll give details on a little bit of that at the end. All right, so there's Belladonna's Gift. Set this to the side so it's not too much rattling back and forth. The next project I worked on is Bustling Bookshop. This is a yearly twin project with Tammy and I. We just work on it all throughout the year whenever we have time. Bustling Bookshop. This is a pattern by Durene Jones, and it's in the 2024 Craftways, I think it's called a Cross-Stitch Christmas hardback book that they release every year. So I'll put up, again, a before picture. Didn't get a whole lot of progress on this one either, which my stitching time has not been a lot because I have been busy looking for a home, and now I'm going through the process of buying the home. So it's a lot. All right, so again, before picture of Bustling Bookshop, And here is where I am at now. So I worked more up here, and these are books up top here in the bookshop, and the ribbon runs right through the middle of them. So my colors are broken up and separated by the ribbon. But it looks really good. I'll be excited to make more progress on this as well. Yay! All right. Oh, and that's on a 18 count white Aida that is just Aida. I didn't do anything special to it. Belladonna's gift was on the 28 count white Monaco. I think I said that though. So yeah, 18 count white Aida. Not sure how many colors are in this or when exactly I started it. Did I write a start date on my papers? No. So I think I put the start date in my PDF editor digital scan pattern, and I'll have to look that up to get that all that information. I'm still working on getting all that information together. I also worked on House, which has been my main focus project the last year. This year it's not so much focus, even though I wanted to initially finish it. Just with all the life changes and everything going on, I'm not going to have time to do that this year. So maybe next year, but it is House. I guess you want to see the picture. All right. So this is a movie poster that I charted in Pick-to-Pat. It's on 28 count white Monaco. I started it March 2nd, 2023. And let me pull up my stats on it real quick since it's full coverage. The Bustling Bookshop is also full coverage, but because it's a paper pattern from a hardback book, I just had to scan it in digitally and put it in my Goodreader PDF editor program. So that one I don't have statistics on. But House, gotta find it in Pattern Keeper here. I have stitched 41,111 stitches out of 128,350. And I'm at 32.303% done. So, yay! Making progress on that. Obviously not as quick as I would like, but we'll see how it goes. And again, I'll put up a before picture of where I was at on January 1st. And then let me pull this out of the pillowcase. All right. Again, this one I've been making just a little bit of progress. I didn't do a whole lot. I've actually worked up here and been working on the name area and all this yellow up here. So this is the whole thing. And again, just working in this area here. But it's looking really good. I'll be so excited when I can roll it on the scroll frame and get to working more towards the bottom where that big skeleton hand is. That's going to be a lot of fun to stitch. There's a lot of colors, which means a lot of confetti, but it's going to have amazing details. So I'm really excited about that. Yay! All right. So there's that one. It's on 28 count white Monaco. All of my projects are full cross, so like the ones that are on 28 count white Monaco are 1 strand of floss over 1 fabric square. My Bustling Bookshop is 2 over 1 because it's Aida. I'm trying to think of all the things I need to mention when I talk about my projects. So, and I will eventually get all this information on my little index cards here that I do all my little notes and stuff. So, yeah. All right, and then the next project I worked on, this is a Fancy Lady category for January for Tammy and I for our twin projects. She is stitching on Bellatrix by Bella Filipina, and I am stitching Minerva by Nora Corbett. All right, so there's that one. Very excited about that. I will show you where I was with my initial start. So this one I ended up, I'm not sure why I didn't think about like beads and all that when I was preparing and dyeing fabric for it. So this was an 18 count Aida that ended up being like a 20 count, 21 count Aida, and that's just too small. It will not be enough room for my beads to nicely lay down. So this was my start, and that was my fabric. And so the fabric is just not conducive to the beads. So I went in my fabric stash, looked at what they used on the pattern. I do believe they used a 32 count. Yes, 32 count milk chocolate. But I decided to go in my stash and use what I have. And my sweet friend Tammy got me this beautiful fabric from Under the Sea Fabrics. It is a mystery fabric, but it is a 32 count Jobelin. So it is quite different for the coloring. So here's the fabric I chose. Super pretty. And so I thought I did a floss toss to make sure all my colors would look really good on this fabric, because it is a lot of blues and greens and blacks. But I think it's going to look really good. And so here is my start in her sleeve. Now I am stitching this one 2 strands of floss over 2 fabric squares, which makes it a 16 count, which is exactly what they did on the pattern. And that's perfect for my beads. So yay! So yeah, I just started right there in her sleeve with the black. So I love the fabric. I'm glad I restarted. It feels a lot better stitching on this, knowing that my beads are all gonna fit beautifully on here. So I'm really happy with that choice. All right. Perfect. So that one I didn't have to put before picture because I showed you the before. So yeah, it is cold here, which is why I have a hat on. Plus my hair is crazy because it's growing out and it's at a very awkward stage. All right. The next, well, I should say the last cross-stitch project I worked on is The Wise and the Brave. It's the 2026 Heaven and Earth Design Stitch Along. The pattern is by L&L Designs, and again, just charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. So here's the picture. So cute. All right. So I am stitching this one on 28 count white Monaco. It ended up shrinking to a 31 count with my dye process, and I recorded my fabric dye process video, and that's out there as a FlossTube extra if you're interested in that. But this has 86 colors. I started it December 28th of 2025, and this is in a pillowcase also because it's on a scroll frame. All right. So kind of got floss everywhere, but that's all right because I'm parking. And I'll put a before picture. This is the one I've been working on the most, but between all the home buying stuff and my cats and everything, it's been really difficult to get anything stitched on. So put up a before picture for where it was January 1st, and this is where I'm at now. I'm so excited. It looks really good. And of course, a lot of people in the Heaven and Earth Designs Stitch Along Facebook group, a lot of them, oh man, some people are already like 30% done. It's amazing to me. And it's beautiful. I get to see all the projects develop, and yeah, it's exciting. So this one I definitely want to focus on once I'm moved and settled, to try to get those 6 pages completed so I can get all 12 charts of the stitch along. I'm really excited about that because they're all absolutely beautiful, and it's cool to see that everybody's stitching up the different projects in the stitch along group, and that's been really enjoyable to see. So yay, there's my progress. And this is my fabric I dyed. Even though it's full coverage, I knew there were a lot of light colors and I wanted to make it really easy for me to stitch, so I did the sky blue mottled background on this one. Looks really good. I'm so happy with that. Yay! All right, and so that's it for the cross stitch. I also did work a little bit on my Diamond Art Club diamond painting Christmas Advent project. So I was just working on one of the small pieces, and it's a cute little cover minder there with the snowman. And they are Christmas designs, but this is the one I was working on. I almost finished it, but my kitty cat Bella prevented me from finishing the diamond painting. So it's still not done, but as you can see, there's still parts I need to put in the diamonds, but it's so sparkly and pretty. Love it. So I almost got it done. Maybe one day. Plus I have other diamond paintings that are in progress that I would like to get finished as well. So we'll see how all that goes. All right. So now for the fun part. I was so excited to have reached 500 subscribers. I'm very blessed by the community. Thank you to everyone for being so kind and yeah, just following my journey and commenting on my videos. I really enjoy the engagement with everybody. It helps make me feel like part of the community. Plus, I'm developing friendships that hopefully I will have forever. So I'm very excited about that. So as a thank you to everyone for hanging out with me and being here and just liking, subscribing, commenting, all the fun things, I am doing a 500 subscriber giveaway, and this will be my very first giveaway. Yay! So of course, all the same rules. You got to be 18 so that I can legally have your address. Please don't say giveaway free, I want that, or anything, you know, any of those keywords that can bring trolls, because I do want these to go to actual cross-stitchers that watch my channel. So I'm very excited about this giveaway. I have 4 different things to give away, so it'll be 1 to each person. And I'm going to leave it open until I record my next video. I don't know when that will be, so it could be a couple weeks, it could be a month or 2. So we'll see how that goes. But I am going to, once I move, set up a P.O. box in the new town that I'll be living in so that I can send these out safely with a P.O. box address. So they are 4 stitch cards by It's So Emma, which is the Fat Quarter shop. So I'm very excited about that. These are sets that I had accidentally bought twice. So I have 4 duplicates that I'm giving away to everyone. I absolutely love these patterns. They're so darn cute. Eventually you'll get to see the ones I'm stitching right now. Well, I haven't worked on it in a year or so, but I do have some of these in progress from set card A, and so I'll be excited to share that with you once I get settled in my new home. But in the meantime, I'm going to say, so excited, the key word, and you got to leave a comment to below. If I could talk, please leave a comment below. If you're interested in the giveaway and winning one of these 4 items, super cute charts, and I'll show you those here in just a moment. The key word is stitch. S-T-I-T-C-H. Stitch. So just use the word stitch in your comment and you'll be entered in the giveaway. I'm so excited to do this. It's my first one. All right, so we have stitch card set N, and I have not opened any of these. I have adjusted my lighting so that hopefully you don't get as much glare as before. And so this is stitch card set N. This will be my first giveaway. Super cute. So I'm just going to use the same word on every one, and that way I just spin the little, you know, random comment picker 4 different times for the same word. So that'll be fun. So set card N is the first. Super cute. So you don't know which one you'll get. One of the 4. Set O. I almost said 0. No, it's O. Super cute. Set P. All the sewing stuff. And then set W, which is Christmas. All right. So there's that. All right. So yes, just use keyword stitch in your comment and you'll be entered for the giveaway to win one of these 4 stitch cards by Fat Quarter Shop and It's So Emma. So excited. Yay. All right. Thank you, everybody. I really appreciate you watching, liking, subscribing, commenting, all the fun things. I'm very blessed and grateful. So thank you so much to the community. I'm happy to be part of it. And so that's all the cross stitch that I have. That's kind of all the wrap up little things to talk about. And so now just kind of to give you an update as to what my plans are going forward with my cross stitching journey, and what kind of changes are happening. So I did finally decide that I'm going to continue on with my seasonal monthly WIP parades, because that makes it more manageable for me with all of these projects. So I did not do my January winter WIP parade, so that will be coming eventually over the next, maybe within the next couple of months. And of course my full coverage February WIP parade. And for March, I can't remember what I wrote down. Maybe it was my spring WIP parade. I'm not really sure. So I will continue on with that, but once I come back from moving and getting settled, you're going to kind of be bombarded with a few WIP parades at once, and not necessarily an update on those projects that if I'm working on them at the time. Just to kind of give myself that WIP parade so I can go back and see what projects I've talked about, what I want to work on, and to organize them better, as far as like, how am I going to get progress on all these and finish some of these? So I do plan to do an additional playlist on my YouTube channel for just WIP parades. So that way, if you're just interested in watching the WIP parade all as one long thing, as I release them every month, then that will be an easy thing to do, so that it's all together kind of like just one big long WIP parade. So I figure that's the easiest way to handle things, because otherwise my WIP parade will probably be like 10 to 12 hours. And that's a long time. So just going to continue to do my WIP parades and projects that way. I am going to stitch what I can when I can over these next couple of months while I am finishing up closing on my house, getting it clean and move-in ready. So just really excited about all of that and to move forward with that part. So it's a lot. I never realized how stressful it is to buy a house, but it's my first time buying a house. But I'm very excited about it, and so far everything's going well. So yay! If everything goes smoothly and no big issues, I should be closing on my house mid-February, and then taking the time to fully clean it, because it has been unlived in, so vacant, for the last 8 years, but the owners have kept up the property. So yay, it just needs a really good deep clean, a few fixes, small fixes of things, and then I could start moving in and getting settled and getting my craft room set up. I'm so excited about that, and coming back to you here on FlossTube. So it could be, let's see, it's January, what is today? January 22nd. It's Thursday, January 22nd. And here in East Texas, in the United States, we are about to get a major cold snap. And that here means ice storm for us, which means we won't be going anywhere. And we cross our fingers that we don't lose power. But we are prepared if that so happens. And yeah, that's kind of where we're at with that. So just very excited with all the house stuff, moving, and yeah, trying to squeeze in cross stitch and all that here and there. So I'm hoping that I should be back with an update by, I'm hoping by the end of February, beginning of March, to give you just a quick update on anything I've worked on, and to, you know, let you know, hey, WIP parades are coming in a week or 2 weeks or a month or whatever the case may be. So I appreciate your patience for when I'm going to release my next video, because it's just kind of unknown right now. But thanks for sticking around and waiting for that to come out here in the next month or two. So I appreciate everyone. Once again, thank you again for being part of my journey. Stay safe. I love you guys. Thank you for being here for me. And I'm excited to continue to share my cross-stitching journey with you. So yeah, happy winter. It's here. Happy stitching.